Hi.
Hello. I think. Dang it.
Okay, quick question before anything. So, what do you actually do in your weekly uh, meetings? I thought it's only for your some WiNDC projects where you guys chat
No, we
and
do all
solve
sorts of different stuff.
problems. Oh,
Yeah, because usually I have. Uh, have you looked at the website?
yeah. So that's where I saw that like after the last monthly meeting, I guess you guys were also going through some dynamic stuffs on the weekly meeting I saw. And
Yeah.
that's when I'm like, okay, so you guys are going forward bi-weekly.
Yeah. Um, on MPSGE weekly or on MPSGE monthly weeks, I tend to use the WinDC weekly to brainstorm ideas,
Mm-hmm.
like get
Oh,
things figured out and working.
oh, great.
So I just got a weird email. Hold on. So how's life?
Yeah, I don't know, it's good or bad, but it's just moving. It's just too many things together, I guess.
I think this is. I think I just got a phishing attack. Hold on, let me uh oh no. Did I start the wrong one? I think so. I think Eli's in the wrong one. Hold on. Oh, let me try something real quick. I'll be right back. Oh, C was here. Okay.
Hey, how are you?
That probably means I'm in the right spot. Uh Eli, I think is in the wrong meeting.
Oh,
I gotta fix Teams. I gotta oops, do work and make it actually be half decent. Okay.
was there a different link in the calendar invite versus in the what's in the chat?
I think there were two, and that's where things get confused.
Yeah, so I think I just go directly to the Teams and rather than looking at what I saved in my calendar.
Yeah, that's what I tend to do too. All right.
Eli.
So I met with the GTAP people this morning, Dominique and Erwin.
Mm,
It's always enlightening. Um, so I should have access to the hard because right now Tom only gave me the GDX files for GTAP.
okay.
Uh, and I'd like to move away from GDX because it is proprietary. They also provide them in a HAR file format, HAR.
Right.
Um, and I asked Erwin if there was documentation on how these things are structured, and he said no. So I've just been trying to piece through and parse it out.
And HAR is that particular to GemTap and how it stores data, or
I think so.
okay?
It's like JTAP.
Okay.
Yeah. The
JTAP's been
worst
doing
part
that for a
is,
long time.
yeah, the worst part is that HAR is not a unique file extension. So other people have used the HAR file format for many other things. So it's kind of
Oh,
impossible.
I see.
Ugh. Ugh. So I've been sitting in literally the same exact orientation all morning, and now my knees are not working.
Yeah, and I feel like that it's like a weird data
It is.
file type. It's like you can't view it. You need special viewers. When you look at it, it looks super weird. It's got all these gaps in it, and like, why are they even doing that? And it's really old.
Oh,
Kind of the worst. Here, I can show you what it looks like. Let me look at the metadata one. Let me open. So when you do this, so I've just opened metadata.har. And in VS Code, it says, hey, this is binary or unsupported text encoding. When I open it, that's what it looks like. But you can see some things, right? Like here's a piece, here's a piece. And I've been slowly piecing out how this thing is structured together.
Oh my God.
And I think I've actually done that. Okay. So how much do you want to know and how much do you not want to know?
Pretty
Uh,
accurate.
So if I look at this and I look at this, you see these things right here? And you see XCCD, 1C, full. I'm able to load those in and like parse that out. And then I have all this extra information. So what I did is I just started exploring it. And I've created a struct. I've talked about this before. And oh, if you don't know, Lamia is here. Lamia, this is Siwa and Eli. She is one of Ed's students.
Okay.
Oh, great.
Good to meet you.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's very good. She does a lot of modeling work like that. And I'm trying to get her using Julia more.
And thanks to Mitch for this.
I should let you introduce yourself as well, because you probably know more about you than I do.
Yeah, what are you working on?
So right now, mostly figuring out the dynamic stuff in Julia. But so we are trying to do the optimal, like finding out the optimal tariff with some balance of payments adjustment, like under 3 scenarios as we're working right now. And I'm also working on environment. So that's other than the CGA thing. So yeah.
Tariff stuff, you working in GAMS, Julia, MPSG, Julia?
Yeah, MPSG Julia.
Oh, fantastic.
GAMS is too hard for me. So
Yeah,
I just
it's
can
quite
I just can
unpleasant.
understand like what Eds is doing. So I just see his stuff and then I do all the things he's doing in GAMS and Julia.
Yep.
You said MPSG, Julia, or
Yes, MPSG Julia. Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah, she's pointed out bugs, and then I fix those
Perfect.
bugs. Yeah, I just talked with. I said that I talked with Dominique and Erwin, and I talked about Julie, of course. And Dominique's like, "Yeah, I'm probably not going to switch over from GAMS Genpack." And I tried to very nicely call him old and say that it probably didn't have a great ROI for him, because the young people, one of us is younger than all the rest. She needs to learn Julia. Yeah, basically what I did, and the way that a har block is structured is that it has metadata and then actual data and then more metadata, and they're broken into blocks. So I've just created a little struct to store those blocks with the data so I can look at them. And there's also the codes. You see this code is 1C full. And if I scroll down to here, I get a different one. This one is RE full, and I believe that just means dense. Full means dense. RE means something that I don't know yet. I have to figure it out. It's just saying this is a dense structure. So the way that you treat it is a little bit different. Let's see how ugly this code is. I haven't looked at this code in a while because I moved on to the actual. Oh, look at that. It just works. Oh. Yeah, we'll be honest, that surprised me a little bit. But this is all metadata. Sorry, go for it.
Oh, yeah, no, that's it. That was my question.
Yeah, and if I look, where is it? This one. So what I'm doing here, I have a Jupyter notebook open that's running Python. And the Python I'm using is GAMS transfer, or I put GAMS transfer in there. And what that means is I'm able to open GDX files in Python. Because I severely dislike working with GAMS. But I think if I look up IO info A, mine has more rows. Why is mine have? I just noticed mine has 840 rows and theirs has 822. I wonder why. But they're almost the same, except for that. That's really, why is that? All right, I'm gonna have to explore that. This one is not so interesting because it's just metadata. I think people are much more interested if I go here and then I load the blocks. So there's a lot more. There's 43 blocks this time. And I think the blocks are very long. So I can pull out, here's one of the codes that I'm experimenting with at the moment. Oops, I didn't want to run this one. This one's going to die. This one will work though. It takes a second because it's a good amount of data. And I'll have this set up so that it's just one function call. So you just hit that and it loads everything for you. I wonder if I restarted and it's compiling or something. It's taking longer than it normally does. Or there it goes. Yeah, this one dies because of reasons. But if I look at R equal, let's pull the fourth one or the fifth one. Okay, let me call this block. We do block.name OSEP. Over here. Let's see if it is OSEP. All right, I get have more rows than they do. That's interesting. But you can see the last one here. Yeah.
Oh, no, go ahead. I'm going to point out that there might be some other utilities that could help you read the HAR files directly.
That would be pretty great. I haven't been able to find anything.
So I saw, I think this was Morrow. So he posted sort of a package that on GitHub that can read the HAR files and read them into R. So yeah, that might be.
I've read Morrow's code.
But you're not saying he made it. You're saying he used it.
Well, he's posted it. He's made it available on GitHub.
Yep.
So I'm just wondering if there's parts of that you can co-op directly in terms of
so
getting into a data frame.
Morrow's also made this package called HAR. And it's basically R.
Yeah.
Like he codes this so it looks like R, which is not great. So what I'm doing is taking his code and making it actually be stable and malleable and
okay.
Yeah, I get a lot of errors when I look at his code. But yeah, this package right here, HAR, that's his.
Okay, so mted.har. Okay, yeah. So I guess we must have gotten it from the same place.
But this is Julia code. This is not R. This is Julia.
Okay.
Yep. And
So
also
like basically he has an R package and just translated it to Julia? Is that what do you think what's happening?
I think he copied and pasted, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. He can basically, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, this notation is not standard Julia, but it's pretty standard R.
Yeah, I mean, I think the original code was for R. It was to read, the HARs into R.
And I
And
think,
sorry for that. Yeah.
GTAP model version 7. Oh, Mars, this is not a good paper. Let me. How do I get the chat? I think you guys can see chat at the very least.
Yeah, I just posted the link that. Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I cannot.
Can you interact with it at all? No. See this. I have to move away from Teams because of that.
I don't know why.
He published this in April. And I'm probably, I guess I should read, I'm going to read this paper. That's not an I guess. And then I'm going to write a better one, I think, because his code is not so great. Yeah, he's doing it in a very gem-pack way.
At least it'll give you something. At least it'll help you just to parse what's in there, and then you can recode it.
Yeah, but it's going well. Yeah, the problem with here, I can show you what I don't care for in his code. There's a show. Oh, that might be mine. This sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of magic numbers that come about in his that are present in the files. You just kind of you have to parse them through. Like this is I find it very difficult to read. I can in fact show you what I did different.
I remember this from so back when I was working for a nonprofit, we put all this stuff in, I think, MATLAB, and there was a lot of like skip 17 lines and then take the next 54 lines and then skip 2 more lines. And it was all manually set, which was like what is going on in this?
Yep. So that I'm doing the same thing here. I'm guilty of the exact same thing he's doing.
I don't know what else. Yeah, why is that?
I'm gonna figure that out. But at least with this right here, this is always a set size. So these are set sizes, and I think they might appear in the data. His code. Oh my goodness, I can't even. They're right here. So let me talk through this real quick. So basically, the way this works is that each of those little characters that doesn't show up as a byte, and he's grabbing 4 of those bytes and then stepping over. So I minus 1 and then just I. So he grabs 4 bytes and then steps over and then grabs 4 bytes. So he keeps grabbing chunks of 4 bytes. And then he reads them as an int32. And this is kind of, Lami, does it make any sense to you?
So what's that 85 and 84?
Magic numbers. That's what they're called because they just appear in the code.
So
here,
what's
I'll show you
happened
what,
if we change them, like from 85 to whatever?
Think about, so how long are all of our names? Siwa, Eli, Lamia. Lamia is 5 letters.
Yeah.
And Mitch is 5 letters. So let's say we store our names in, we have 8 places to store our names. So my name would take up 5 spaces. Oh, admit. I don't know why it's asking me to admit someone. Hi, May.
Hi, sorry for being late. I struggle with all of the settings for the Teams to work.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
On the Mac.
Me too. So we're just I'm loading in GTAP data into Julia, And on the right here is Maros's code. And I'm just talking about where these numbers come from. So basically in the bit string, there's a bunch of bytes, and then we get to a point and we're like, okay, at line 85, that's where the name starts. So like Mitch, and then there's some empty space. If you ship that 85, then it's going to be like empty space and then Mitch. Like the names might get cut off or truncated.
It could be itch.
Exactly. So what I did to fix that, I'm still using the magic 85, but instead of going this way, I just said, take the rest of it. So take that end and then partition into chunks of size 4. Because that's what it's doing. It's taking chunks of size 4.
Yeah.
Make it into a vector and then get the integer. And I'm going to change that function so it's better. And that just tells me the size of each dimension. So like if you have commodities, regions, sectors, right? There might be 70 commodities, 30 regions. Those are the numbers that you're getting.
Wait,
and that
the
gives me
4
information
represents
for down below. Sorry, go for it.
No, the 4 is the dimension.
Yep. The 4 is this 4 right here.
Yeah.
Nope. That 4 is just the number of bytes that the dimension sits in. So like
So
Mitch might live in there.
Okay, so it's not related. It doesn't correlate to the dimensions of the data.
Nope.
It's just like bits related. Bytes.
Bytes, yeah. And then the actual data of the HAR file is everything after the first 2. So the first row is the header. The second row is a bunch of metadata about it. And then the actual data lives below. And I've parsed that later. Like he kind of has this monolithic function that does everything at the same time, which makes it really hard to debug. And there's so many little magic numbers. Like, look at that.
Yeah, it's great that he has that there that you can sort of use to interpret here and there and then improve.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. And I have it. What do I want to say? I think if I do Firefox has no field name. What did I do? Oh, that's what I wanted.
Header.
So these things have codes associated with them. I've only found 4 so far. These 2, the ones that start with RE, those are parameter data. This one is dense because it's full. This one is sparse. And the thing I'm doing right now is determining how to read the sparse data. And I have a little bug somewhere. I'll just figure it out.
And in general, sparse data just basically means like where there are zeros, there's just no data at all.
Yep.
And then you just have to know the full list of all the dimensions to if you wanted to fill it back in.
Yep. And I have it. So down here is where I'm exploring that. You see this one is sparse, which is good. It has 3 dimensions. First one is 57 things, 140, 140. It's XTREV.
Sectors, regions.
Yes. In fact, you can see them here in column names. Traded commodities, regions. And I'm pulling that out of the data with some magic numbers here. So it starts 33 units in and then goes however many units I need to go over. Because notice I'm taking the dimensions. Each one lives in a block of size 12. So before they lived in blocks of size 4, these are a little bit bigger because they're strings. And then I step it to 12 and make them into strings, symbols actually. Which is kind of cool.
Strip takes out the blank
White space.
spaces at each end only.
Yep. Okay. And then let me go to right here. Okay. So here's how I'm loading the sparse data. And again, if this is too involved, let me know. And I can tell you, I actually don't know where the bug I'm hitting right now is. So the way that this works, let me look at. So as you can all read this very easily, this has 32,000 elements. And this is all of the data. They're unsigned 8-bit integers, if you care. So the way that it works is the first half of that, that's this right here, that's taking the first half. Because, okay, I have that 4 plus, I know 8 is 4 plus 4. I put it there as a reminder. I promise I didn't, but that means something. So the indices are 4 bytes and the data is 4 bytes. That's where I'm getting that 8. That's why I multiply by 4 because, yeah, the total is, yeah. But this takes the first half of that array. This takes the second half of that array. The first half becomes integers. The second half becomes floats. So here I can show you what that looks like. So here's a bunch of numbers that right now are totally meaningless. Here's a bunch of values that are slightly less meaningless. And the way that you get them together. So what I've done here is just a cross product of the 3 domains. That's why there's so many things in there. That's also why sparse data is important. There's only like 200,000 entries in here out of 1 million or so. But if I look at columns into 1, it's that right there. And if I look at val1, that right there. So what I want to do let's see, I want this one to be XOC. So if I've done this right, when I hit enter here, it should be that number right there. Which I think it is.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Looks good. Other Oceania.
Say it again.
Coal, I don't know which way the trade's going. Exports maybe because it's extra. Exports
Yeah,
of coal from Australia to other Oceania.
Or it goes from here to here. Yeah, that's gonna be issue number 2.
Interpretation.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the code XTREV will have a meaning, but then you just need to pass out which of the 2 regions is the input. Yeah.
Yep. And that'll be in the GTAP documentation.
Hopefully.
Hopefully in GTAP documentation. And if it's not, I can just send Erwin an email and he'll tell me.
Yeah. Plus, you can go cross-check against actual data.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing quite a bit.
Like, you're going to get a massively different number going the 2 directions, say, for this coal coming out of Australia, coal going. No coal's going into Australia.
Oh, you mean isn't she like the Coal Baron of Australia? Isn't she like the richest person in Australia?
The richest woman in the world, or one of the richest women, like self-made, like not family money.
Yeah.
Not that nice, I don't believe.
I'm going to bet that this is from and this is to. Actually, this is negative. Why is that? It's a re-export or something. So I'm guessing this is destination, this is origin, because there's no way Australia's taken in coal.
This is my belief. It's also a really small number. What, it's in billions?
What is this exactly? It's the tax. So it's export tax.
Oh, it's a tax.
So yeah,
And then we don't know if that's
it could be billions.
probably a percentage, right? Or it's absolute
It's probably a number.
value.
Yeah, that's my guess.
XTREV.
Yeah, I haven't pushed this code up to GitHub yet because it's wildly unstable. But when I do, I'll post it on the somewhere. And I'm working with GTAP 9 data at the moment, so I can include it with the repo, so at least you have something that works. And but I'll also get this working for GTAP 10 and 11 and 12 when it comes out. Because once 12 comes out, then I got to get GTAP WiNDC working again.
Because it works with 11.
Yeah. These models go to 11.
So WiNDC GTAP uses the GDX data.
Yep.
And then
yes and no. Yes and no. I can show you right here. Let's data back up. So GTAP 9 uses the HAR files. Right here, it loads in HAR files. And then GTAP started providing GDX files as well, which is what this is using. So the zip file contains GDX files.
So you can go straight from GDX for that.
Right, but I think it's a good idea to move away from GDX proprietary format.
GDX, I guess, yeah. But then, so they're always going to provide HAR files, and that's your default. Is that what you're sort of thinking?
Yeah, I should also try to get them to just have it be CSV. Or
JSON or whatever.
JSON, yeah.
They're probably too big.
No, I don't think so, because they could.
No sparse. I don't know.
No, I really don't think so.
You know what's a living data form? Dense access arrays and no, I'm only kidding. Sparse access arrays.
I think there's a lot of things they could do to trim down the size of the data set. I don't think that's the problem. Also, we don't live in the 80s anymore. Big data is not really an issue. Like if this data comes out to be a couple hundred gigabytes, or a couple hundred gigabytes might be a problem. A couple hundred megabytes, that's not really a big deal. Let me look at this real quick. How big is this? Yeah, it's 270 megabytes. Let me unzip it. Extract. Yeah, this is not
like 10 times that. No problem. 2 gigabyte.
Yeah. It's only compressed by about half. So that shipping out a gig isn't really a big deal anymore.
So you are oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Oh, sure. Okay, so you are transferring data from this GDX file from Jupyter, like with Jupyter?
So, I'm doing that in Python, yes.
Oh, yeah. So we can also do this in Julia, right? Like transfer those GDX data into CSV.
Not as easily, no.
Oh.
So there's a package in Python called GAMS transfer, which I could load into Julia, because Julia can load Python packages. But I don't think it's a good idea to add a dependency to add a GAMS dependency. Like I don't want my code to depend on GAMS. I think that's a losing strategy.
Okay.
Yeah, I should write up documentation on how to get GAMS transfer working in Julia, though. because I have to figure out how to do it again. Yeah, I'm just trying to avoid more GAMs.
Yeah, the same issue. So there was one time I was trying to, I think there was a package available for transferring the GDX data into Python was no problem, but then into Julia, then I have to reroute through CSV files and
Yeah, it's always annoying. Yeah,
but
I'll look into seeing what I can do. Sorry, go for it.
So if you transfer all of those into JSON files, would that what would be the change in size? Because GAMS, I think they're pretty proud about their compression ratio.
Yeah, I'm gonna bet that if you make it into a JSON file and then like use zip, it's gonna be like the same size as the GDX. Like zip or 7Z. I would be very surprised if GAMS could do a better job than those. I'd be very surprised.
The CSV is no good because it's once we pass 2 dimensions, we're in trouble, right?
You just make the data be long.
Just change the structure. Like, what do you call that? It's the R thing. It's called.
Yeah.
Tidy the thing where you
Yeah.
manipulate the thing.
You make it long instead of wide.
Yeah.
Long data is better than wide data. Because realistically, like, so the problem with the HAR files, I can show you the exact problem with the HAR files if you want.
Seems like there's a number of problems I've identified in this small presentation so far.
Yeah. Maybe I should ask the I'll send everyone an email and see if I can get him to export a JSON or if I can write code for him to transfer these things to JSON, because that'd be a lot easier. You can just load the package.
I mean, CSV seems even better. JSON's kind of like a bit unpleasant to look at.
Yeah. The advantage with JSON is that it's more structured. So you could have like sets and then parameters and then metadata. And with CSV, you kind of got to know which CSV files are which.
Yeah.
Which is always fun. Yeah, but things are going well. Kind of what I've been saying to everybody. Yeah, I almost have this sparse data loaded so I can start cleaning up the code. I hit a bug somewhere. I don't know where it is. I gotta figure it out. It's somewhere in here. Okay, let me do. I can show you. So here's another thing that's nice about Julia. I run this code and it has an error. So it's attempting to access something at index 0, which is not good. And then it shows me exactly where it's going wrong. So it's somewhere right in here, probably this function right there. That would make sense. I know what the issue is.
Do you ever actually use the debug? It's a little.
I do here and there. These features are so nice that I don't like.
You don't necessarily have to.
Yeah.
You guys use debugging?
Yeah, it's been a while. What are these buttons?
Yeah, do it one more up. Yeah.
Yeah, if I hit run and debug, and then I get thrown into this.
It's usually, ironically enough, a little buggy, the VS Code debug, but
Yeah. But I'll figure that out. And I'm almost certain I know what the issue is. Like I know what the problem is. Just gotta figure it out. Sometimes I'll do this. This is not what you should do. Eli, do you use Shell?
I tend to use for debugging. I tend to use like what do you call it? Print line debugging.
Yeah, show is the same. I'll show you the difference. Stop. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Where is Julie? It's right here. Oh, okay. I should not have used anything. Show is nice because it tells you the name of the variable you're printing.
mm,
You see that? That's a problem. So many ones. Yeah, that number's too big, which means I have an issue somewhere. Great.
probably 84 that's meant to be 83.
Here's the thing. You might be right.
No idea.
It could just be this number's wrong.
All right.
Yeah, I'll figure it out though. It'll just be a lot of quiet debugging as I. Actually, it won't be that quiet because AI will try to fix it for me and it will fail, and I'll get mad at AI every time. Now, what do I want to see? I want to see. I want to see. Oops. Let me show the name. I think that's what I want. So if I look at the name, yeah, now I'm just going to extract that one, the second one. When I extract that, I'm going to try to do all the stuff with it. So where is it? What was it? It was blocks. Oh no. I'm just going to take this. All right, this is probably less than exciting, just not copying and pasting correctly. Okay, is that the one that I wanted? Yep. Cool. So now what I'll do is I'll use this and I'll just try to recreate what I have going on here. That's the basic strategy I'm going to employ.
We believe you.
What am I doing? I'll just copy all that so I can just steal it. Okay. What are my data dimensions? 8 and 58 and 140. So region is in there. Got these and these. So one thing that you may not be familiar with is this right here. It's called the name tuple. And if I look at it, you can see it has a bunch of stuff. But what I'll do is I can extract it with a symbol, and then I just get the domain. Name tuple you can never change. Once it's defined, it's defined, which is nice in this because I'm never going to change the set names, the element names, the domain. I don't think any columns. Shouldn't even be in that spot, but that's fine. It's probably right there. Block dot data 3 plus 3. Does it look like that's not the worst? It's 3 plus 2. Okay, this is definitely. So when I look at this, you see all these 0x20s? Those are spaces. So if I pipe this, if I make them into strings, you see it ends with a bunch of spaces. So this line is really, there's probably something here, but I don't think it's anything too interesting. Maybe. Hold on, let's do this. Let's take 5 to end. So I'm taking 5 to end because I'm throwing out the first byte, which is all just blank space. And then let's make them into not strings, but integers. I'm going to move this back over so I have more space. I'm going to close this so I have more space. And I'm going to click this so I'm back to where I was. Make them be size 4. And then let's do I wrote the functions, then I forget the function names. It's instructed, it's right at the top. No, maybe it's at the bottom. Get block size. Empty. That's a little. What? So one fun thing with this that isn't as fun as you might hope is that, there we go. Yes, that might be useful. One fun thing with this is that for some reason, if I make things into a string without looking at a view, so by always doing this, I'm extracting a view. If I don't do that, it just deletes deletes everything. I don't know why it's doing that. Yeah, I bet this is the number of entries we're expecting. And do you remember before when I said 4 plus? Say it again.
Yeah, well, no, you don't. It's not like 8 times 58 times.
Exactly. Because this is a sparse array.
Times 140.
And you remember before when I said 4 plus 4 is equal to 8? That's why. I think this is the size of the index, and that's the size of the float. This is so talking to Erwin, they put me in contact with somebody that wrote a Python package doing this. So I'm going to send them an email and see if I can get more insight into the exact structure of these things. Although I think he's in Australia, so it's going to be a heck of a.
Oh, this is Florian?
Yeah. Yeah. And Australians are just the best.
They have the internet over there. Well, it sounds like you might be Swiss. They do have the internet.
I've heard they have the internet, but it's not very fast.
It's on a lag. It's
okay. So it starts at 5. Is that not what this is doing? Hold on. Where is row? Ah, okay. I know what I did wrong. I think
Mitch is underway. Was there any questions about the GTAP data HAR parsing?
I have many if anybody wants to answer them.
I guess I should do something with GTAP.
Yeah. Dang it. It was closer, I think. Okay. I don't think me slowly losing my mind getting this to work is going to be super helpful for people to examine. Because essentially what this is going to be is me slowly losing my mind until I figure it out. Although, to be fair, that has essentially been my life for the past, how long has Tom been gone? 4 months? Slowly losing my mind.
Is there something that they're using to create the GDX that you could use in order to go directly from the HAR to Julia? Or are they opening it in Genpack and then converting it to GDX? I'm not sure how they're doing it, but
GAMS provides a HAR to GDX translator.
I see.
Yeah. That's how I got these GDX files here.
To compare.
There are some problems with them though. They don't grab the set identifiers here, which is annoying because I don't know which set is which. They all just give it the universe,
Mm.
which is annoying. But mine are able to actually retrieve that because they're in the har. Make sure that I'm not. Oh, this isn't gonna work. Oh, another pro tip when you're programming, if you name everything the exact same thing, you'll get confused right away.
And yet you continue to do it.
Amen.
Data frame, data.
If you or what is it? A bad consistency is a hobgoblin, a simple minds, or something like that. Ugh, and I have a simple mind. To be honest, the actual reason I do that, why I keep saying block, is that I can just copy paste my code.
Yeah.
And then when I go and write my function, I just make these be the names that they should be.
Internal, then it's fine, yeah.
Yeah.
But I do run your code and find clashes on a semi-regular basis, little bits and
Oh,
pieces.
just yell at me. I'll fix it.
It's usually pretty innocuous.
Yeah. So obviously I do math. And there's been multiple times where I've written a summation where the sum runs from n equals 1 to n, and the sum is over n. But all those n's are different. It's just n. Yeah, so I'm going to figure out why this is going wrong. I have a couple ideas of why. Just being annoying. All right. Yeah. Anything else that you'd like? I should ask, what do you guys want this package to do? Because I'll probably have it loaded as a sequence of data frames at the moment, like named data frames. But I could push it so it's in like a WiNDC container thing. I'll probably keep them as data frames, not as arrays, but I could have provide methods to load them as arrays. That could be an issue. Julia doesn't have a great sparse array format, which is unfortunate. They don't have a great multi-dimensional sparse array format. They have a great one for matrices.
Okay. What is it? Is it
matrices.
sparse? What is it? Sparse access array? What's it called?
Sparse access array is jump specific.
Yeah.
Julia sparse CMC.
Yeah, data frames are nice. I think we like data frames.
CSCS or CSC, sparse or compressed sparse call matrix storage. This one's optimized to do linear algebra on, which is nice, but not something that we do. Sparse vectors, I don't believe these have these are just vectors. They're not even matrices. So this one right here is two-dimensional because it's a matrix. One-dimensional matrix. Yeah, these are all just matrix operations.
Wait, but what about sparse arrays?
Oh, I guess that was the exact same spot, like this right here.
Yeah.
And this says n-dimensional.
Yeah. But they're not named or anything.
chol mod.sparse. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Although it's been a while since I've looked at this. I will be honest. But the last time I did, it was not super helpful.
And then you said there was like 40 blocks in the GTAP 9?
Yes.
Something like 40?
Something like that.
I mean, I think it'd be fun to, I love like looking at this economic data and a nice structure that you can just see like, oh, cool, look how much blah, blah exports to blah, blah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's also on my game plan, is to make some sort of visualization to actually see what the data is doing. But that keeps getting pushed down when more important things come up.
And the data in GTAP, sorry, this is just a general GTAP question. I don't know why I'd ask it here, but it is already calibrated in some way.
Yep.
It's not raw data, right? It's like
Nope. GTAP is very
balanced.
specific about that on their website. It's calibrated data to CGE models. It is not true IO data.
Yeah. Like
Which
every
is what
GTAP
WiNDC
data
data
set is like that.
Yeah.
Is it?
But it's same as WiNDC data, calibrated, ready to go.
For CGE.
Yep.
And then if you want less regions, you aggregate or take their aggregated blah, 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 or whatever.
Yep.
And you will still hold the same calibration. Calibration is the highest resolution possible. It's like the 57 sectors, 57 commodities, as much as you can get. 58, I guess it had.
Yeah, there's like 140 regions. Which is why it's useful to aggregate regions.
I think the other thing, and maybe GTAP has it, but like really nice, concise documentation of the, they have all those weird codes.
Yep.
And then like they have a default sort of structure, right? Because we talked about this separately, right? Every country has like a different tax structure. So the fact that the data and the input output data is parallel, right? Every country has sectors that buy from other sectors, but like the tax structure can be completely different. And somehow they've decided like how to represent all these different kinds of taxes in one consistent structure.
Yeah, I believe what they do is they tell countries that want, tell countries that want to participate, this is how you have to format your data, like tax revenues, stuff like that. And if it fits, it works. If it doesn't, they send it back and make them do it again.
Yeah, I guess I was just thinking it'd be good to have some concise documentation of what the sort of taxes can represent and how like the structure that they have and like what is, what do they have in it and what don't they, without having to look at 40 different data frames row by row.
Yeah.
But it's probably already in GTAP, but maybe
It's somewhere.
chances are it could be well represented more concisely.
Yeah.
Seems cool. You're having more fun than me, I think. I don't know about the rest of y'all.
Certainly staying distracted, I'll tell you that. Something's wrong here. It's going to bother me until I figure it out, and then it won't bother me anymore.
We better leave you.
Well, good luck with them, Mitch. Thanks for the exposition. Very useful.
Yeah. And once I get it going, I'll send out emails and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. See everybody.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks. Let me hit stop record.